Yo, it's the KIDHYPHEN, the Kid Heights.
Hey, MJ fan, this is Fun Christ.
Hey, this is MJ Love.
And you are listening to the Moonwalker Chat Podcast.
The only place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
And you tuned in with the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast.
And this is a place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
Hello guys, what's going on? Happy Saturday. It is September 19th, 2020. It is 12:02 p.m. and this is episode 22 of the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast with just Mr. P and Dove Angel D. What's up, Dove? You here?
I'm here. Hi, everyone.
What's going on? What's going on?
Nothing much.
Ah, man, that tone in your voice, you're like, nothing much. You're just like, I know, trust me. I'm there with you on this one. But yes, good morning and good afternoon and good evening wherever you are. I see Yvette's here, Janesta's here, MD Love is here, Fark is here, Dale is here. What's up, everybody? I hope all is well with everybody today. We have a interesting discussion for you guys today, so... You know, we always have these different discussions every week, so we hope that you're ready for this one. I mean, whew. It's not cute. Let's just say that. It's not cute at all.
Definitely not cute. Hi,
All.
Dale.
Even though we're cuties, we're good. But this isn't cute at all.
Don't spoil it yet.
Yes,
hold back a little.
But anyways... Let's just start here. Now, you were telling me something recently about something you experienced on social media regarding scamming, perhaps?
People. Again, yeah.
Now, what the heck is going on with that, though?
Well, I don't know if other people have experienced it lately, but I had like 3 notifications, 1 on Twitter and 2 from Facebook. The one on Twitter, I don't even follow that person, but that person was like, if you do this and this and this, or you retweet this, you're going to get $300 on your account. Then I got a notification from Shamar Moore. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's the guy from The Days of Our Lives, the really sexy, cute black guy. And I think he's in SWAT as well or something. But I got a notification on one of his supposed pages where he posted a car that he bought a new car and a new house. And we all know that his mother passed away not too long ago. So people were like, oh, we're so happy that you're doing great again and that you're feeling good and yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, he started liking people's comments and hearting it. And saying that, oh, if you share this comment, you're going to get such and such on your account. And then yesterday, I got another notification from, I don't know, this weird page from Snoop Dogg, where he was streaming live. You actually saw him in the footage, sitting behind his laptop, smoking his you-know-what, and drinking you-know-what.
Yeah.
And saying he was giving away $20,000, divided it, through all of the people that are on the chat, and that you had to react and share that post with 5 or 10 groups, and then you would get a WhatsApp number, and once you contacted that person, you would get $3,000. And I was like, is this even for real? I mean, how many of you do even think that this is something real? Nobody gives away money like that.
Not during this pandemic, they're certainly not. So, I don't know if anyone actually believed it, but there are people who do believe these social media scams and have fell for it. And I feel bad for them because a lot of people aren't hip, I would say. That's a clean way to put it. Yeah, they
Mm.
aren't hip to knowing
Yeah.
better than to avoid these scams. They actually think that this is something worth doing because a celebrity face is attached, or maybe it might be their favorite celebrity, and they think, oh well, I can trust him or her, and then they're giving money over to these people. Oh well, before you get the $3,000, you have to pay a $200 fee. I've seen crap like that before, but I mean, what else happened with this?
Well, there were a bunch of people actually that were saying, "Oh, thank you so much for your um for your money, and I just got it, and yada yada yada," and that just proves that they were all, you know, maybe from the same organization or the same people that were catfishing, because I send you the link to it, and that profile is gone now. So
I saw it said attachment
yeah,
unavailable, and I'm not gonna lie, even though it's messed up, I started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, cause you're busted. You got busted." People started saying, "You ain't no damn Snoop Dogg. You out of your mind." And once you start calling them out, they get scared and remove their pages because a couple of months ago, remember I told you I did the podcast on the Just Mr. P Experience about social media
hmm,
scamming, and those people all of a sudden
yeah,
removed their accounts after I did the video. And I was like, wait, did they find out? Because I was like, I'm a podcaster and I'm going to expose this. I told them that I was going to do it. And I told them who I was. I was like, I do this
yeah,
for a
but
living. So you contacted the wrong person.
exactly. But it's a scary thought though, because don't people know that if they go through your social media, they can catfish your page and go under your account, even get your uh maybe credit card number or your phone number or whatever, and you can get in big trouble.
Yup. And that is certainly true. Like, they can cause all sorts of issues within your life, take your money from you, they get your social security number, your banking information, where everything can be just totally wiped from your accounts within an instant click of a button. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I feel so bad for those people who actually experienced being scammed on social media. But just be warned, because just because your favorite celebrity is attached, I'm not donating. I'm not giving a damn dime. You can't tell me that you're gonna give me $3,000, but I have to pay a fee first.
And
I'm sorry.
it was so funny because that live stream of him sitting behind his laptop when he was doing his little dance, his happy dance, smoking his thing, and you actually heard like this money counter, the thing that counts the the paper money. How do you call that? A money counter?
Bills, a bills counter, I guess. I don't know.
No.
What do they call it?
Oh,
I think it's a money counter.
yeah. Well, that thing was going like, that thing was going.
He was counting bills. He was
That
like,
was so funny.
he was counting them bills.
Ugh.
More BS. Don't believe it.
He
Exactly.
addressed me.
Yeah, it's more BS. You said he
I'm gonna
addressed
post
you?
on social media. Yeah, he said Amalia Wessels. He called me by my name. I was like, ooh, damn. So
Uh,
we're buddies now. I'm buddies with Snoop Dogg. Come on.
Trust me. Even on one of my accounts that I had before, and I didn't even have a real name on it, and I'm like, how are you making me an offer? Mind you, this is just to catch them out there. And I don't have my real name up there. And they're messaging me and calling me by a name that does not exist. And I was like, well, that's not my name. Because they're like, oh, well, you got to provide your name or your address, your social security number, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, well, who are you requesting information from? Because the name on my Facebook account is not my name, and they're like, "Oh, but your name was selected from our database." And I was like, "How is this name in your database when it's made the heck up? Are you kidding me?" I was like, "How is this in your database? What are you talking about?" And the person just kept going and going and telling me, "Oh, well, the only way you can actually get the funding." And I was like, "I don't want any funding. I don't need funding." "Oh, but you're gonna need the help during the pandemic." And I'm like, "I don't need help during the pandemic. If I need help, I'll help myself. It's okay. I'm fine with that. But I'm not gonna let anyone on social media play with me or play with anybody that I know or care about. I think it's totally messed up." So I think for everybody watching, warn your family members and friends too about these social media weirdos, because it's getting out of control. Like, they're taking advantage of people, especially now during the
Yeah.
pandemic where money is scarce. Like, people are struggling.
Yeah, and you guys and everybody else who's on social media, change your password every, I don't know, maybe every month or something, or every 4 weeks. Change it because you don't know who's watching and who's got your information.
That's funny. I dreamed of Snoop once. He was my neighbor. He opened a door holding a huge bag of you know what. Uh, I would have been like, "Pass that, Snoop. Pass it, pass it, pass it."
Hi,
What's
MJ
going
Red
on,
Pills.
Michelle? What's going
Hi,
on, MJ Red
Michelle.
Pills? Hope all is well with everybody. But yeah, like, these social media things is like getting out of control. I mean, maybe those scammers themselves are actually struggling themselves, and this is why they're pretty much trying to scam people who are probably struggling also. They don't just attack and go after the elderly anymore like they used to in the 1980s and 90s, where they would call any person that they knew was over the age of 60 or 70, scamming them for money. Now they're going after anybody who they think may be naive to any of these social media scams. It's really stupid.
It is, but
That's
I
the
mean,
age old
most of us.
question we want to know. Sorry, Dove.
It's okay. But many of us have, our social media pages, which are our private accounts. And, we have pictures on there of our kids, maybe, or their school or whatever, or you don't know what is it's going to be used for. There was one time I got this link, and it
Yeah,
literally read, "Oh my God, I just saw this picture of you on the net," where it's supposedly showed me doing certain stuff on the internet, and if you press the
yeah.
link, it would get a virus into your computer or your phone or whatever you were using.
I remember those. I used to so laugh, and I was like, "What was I doing?" I said, "If I'm doing something that you got on video, I'm being paid for it, because I will sue you, whoever you are." Like, you don't have me on video doing nothing. No
I
way.
know.
I used to love those. Those are hilarious. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh,
That
but
was
it's
my first
funny.
one.
Oh my goodness.
That was my
That was the
first thing,
first
and I
time.
was like, "What the hell? What the
Wait, that
hell
was the
did
first
I
time you've heard
was
it?
I doing on internet?" Yeah,
They thought it was like a girls going wild moment or something. Exactly. Don't
it's
give your social
crazy.
security number to nobody. I mean it. Seriously, I agree with you, Janesta, for real, for real. Because this is crazy. Yes, I have seen Catfish on MTV. I was friends with someone who was on MTV from Catfish, and I think she probably catfished me too, but that'll be a story for another day once I gather my receipts on that one, because I have inboxes and everything between me and someone who was a cast member on an episode of Catfish. So that's going to be an interesting story. So, yeah. And they've probably seen the episode too, where she lied about having cancer and all of this stuff just to get some girl to like her. But I'll explain that later. Anyways, back to this social media scamming. Like, what's going on? I see you guys that are
That is
joining.
that is my picture, Janesta. The thing is, you don't see me today. I was not in the mood to show my face today, so sorry for that, guys.
It's all good. Oh man, But yeah, that's not something that honestly I find to be something that anybody wants to go through, especially not now. Hi from Texas. Woohoo! Yes. What's up, Texas? Say you on video singing, Mr. B. Someone has a video of me singing. Now, if they have a video of me singing, I want residuals. I want residuals. Please. I need some revenue. But yeah, now how do we start this next discussion? I mean, yeah,
Is
right.
it the thing that's not cute?
Yes, the not so cute cuties.
Okay. Well, just start at the beginning. Have you guys heard about something called Cuties on Netflix?
Like, how many of you guys have heard of the movie Cuties that has aired on Netflix? Like, comment down below if you actually have heard of this movie. I'm pretty sure a lot of you, if you have heard of it, you've heard what's going on surrounding it. And right
Oh,
now,
Saran knows about it. Okay, how many of you have heard about it?
oh man,
Who
this
who else?
is terrifying. What is going on?
Kristen also.
Whew. LOL. Wait, Lover Never with an awesome documentary. I've heard of Cuties, but refuse to watch it because it's violent. It sure is. And I don't want to see it. I refuse to see it. I'll admit that I'm one of the people who still kept my Netflix, subscription. Only thing is, I refuse to click on that movie because you have the freedom of choice to not click on it after hearing what this movie is about. But let us start at the beginning. I mean, whew, I'm
You're
just
right
like,
about that, Kimmy.
this is. How do we put the full screen up? Can y'all still hear us? Just to make sure. Can you still hear us?
I hear you. I don't know if the rest hears you.
Please let us know if you can hear me. Let me
People, can
know.
you hear us?
Okay. Yeah, so that way y'all can see the full screen because I know sometimes that when I put up the slideshow, y'all can't actually see what the heck is going on because it looks so small. But yes, now Cuties is this movie that premiered in France first and also came out at Sundance and won an award, mind you. And Dove, we discussed this one last year in a podcast about, the owner of, well, not the owner, but one of the co-founders of Sundance and them being involved with touchy-feely antics towards a younger demographic. And
Mm-hmm.
they had reported last
Spending
year that,
time.
yeah, spending time with underage people and doing vile acts and things to them. Now, the
Mm-hmm.
Sundance co-founder last year was said to have been arrested, but I'm hearing that more charges have come out recently after the whole surrounding forte of this Netflix Cuties movie. Now, right now, we're living in this cancel culture, as they call it, and people are asking, like, should Netflix be canceled because of this movie? Now, the woman I have on the screen is a director, and I may say her name wrong. So if I say it wrong, please comment down below the correct way to say it. 'Cause I don't want to make a fool of myself with this one. But here goes. Now, director Maimouna Ducour is a French Senegalese woman who pulls from her own experience as an immigrant and comments on the hyper sexualization of pre-adolescent girls through a movie entitled Cuties. Now, Duff, you still here with me?
Yep.
All right, all right. Now, this is something y'all got to pay attention to. Now, the French version of the movie that came out at Sundance had a pretty much a promotional poster where it looks happy-go-lucky. It looks like young girls that just went on a shopping spree, which looks pretty cool. I'm like, I didn't know what it meant because I don't speak French, but I think it's called mignonnes. Mignonnes.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
know what it.
Maybe
I don't speak French.
Mich- Michelle can help us. What does mignonnes even mean?
Yeah, what exactly does mignonnes mean? But once they decided to bring the movie here to America and put it on Netflix, they released a different sort of promotional poster where the young girls are. I don't even want to describe it out of pure sanity because I think it's vile and disgusting. But the way they're posing this promotional poster, I don't think I would want to see my 10 and 11-year-old child ever, ever, never, ever, 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 ever see my child in that way. And me as a parent could never bring my child to audition for it. Now, Dove, we was discussing this before we started the podcast about the audition process and what it took for these
Yeah.
young girls to actually get roles in this movie. I am like, are you kidding me? There's no way that I would have allowed my child to, especially me being the parent, because these kids couldn't have did it on their own. The parents had to have allowed it. So we can't
Of
just blame
course.
the movie director or the movie's producers or the girls themselves because the girls wouldn't have had these roles without written permission from their parents. So the parents were the ones that recorded their children from home doing their auditions, shaking, twerking, and doing leg spreads and all sorts of stuff. So right now, in the back of my head, if they were recording these things at home and sending them to the movie's producers and casting director of this movie to get their children roles in this movie, those nasty, dirty audition tapes are still floating around. And this constitutes child dirty movies, pretty much. I don't want to say that word, but
Yeah.
it looks like a dirty
Yeah,
movie.
it does.
But I
Oh,
mean, like, Duff.
it means cutie, Daryl.
Oh,
Thank you,
so
Michelle.
mignonette still means cuties?
Yeah, thank you, Michelle, for that.
Wow. So it still means cuties. I was wondering what did Netflix mean by
Hmm.
changing the title, but apparently it still means the same thing. Thank you for that, Michelle. We appreciate that. But I just honestly feel that this promotional poster here for the US version of Cuties is just blatantly disrespectful to young girls, period. And
It is.
when the poster first came out, I think it was May when it first came out, and there was backlash all over the place. I mean, social media was in a blaze. Like, everyone was totally amped up because of this movie. And the fact that they put these young girls in this position on a movie poster, for one, and the description of the movie. I mean, they pretty much gave it a description as to what was in the movie. But however, when they defended the movie, they said, "Oh, well, the poster isn't. The poster may look bad, but the movie isn't as bad." Little do we know, they lied. They lied. Netflix lied and said that this movie was not bad, being that we felt the poster looked bad. So they took the poster down, took the description down, and put a normalized looking poster up for it. Now, okay, they changed the poster, they changed the description, but it doesn't change the fact that we've already seen it. So everybody remained outraged until September 9th. Now, September 9th was just a little less than, what, a week ago? It's only been around a week. Now, there's been petitions circulating trying to get this movie removed from Netflix, and Netflix is refusing to remove it. Not only that, the movie's director, she seems to defend it, being that she's. Let me go to her. What she says. Hold on. Oh shoot! I made a mistake and deleted it. She was saying, but I can just break it down. Now she was saying that this particular movie was supposed to help bring awareness to the way that the world sexualizes young girls. But I said at the same time, you're trying to expose this while exploiting young girls at the same time in the worst ways possible. I mean, camera angles and everything from the way they filmed this was totally grotesque. There's no way around explaining this. And I mean, this is coming from a gorgeous black woman. Gorgeous. I'm not going to deny that. She's a gorgeous woman. And I'm sure she has all the sense in the world. But what common sense could she actually possess to think that this movie is correct? I understand that maybe this has elements to what she went through as a child. Maybe this is what she experienced. But however, I don't think this is something that should have went into a movie. If she was really trying to bring awareness, and I know Dove, you agreed with me on this one, that they should have did a documentary.
I
If they
do
were trying
agree,
to,
and you know,
yeah,
it should she should have addressed it another way. There are many other possible ways to bring awareness to this stuff and not flaunting young girls' bodies like that.
I mean, the things that I saw in the clips that were circulating on Twitter was just horrible. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, think about strippers and the way grown women
Yeah.
are in the strip club. Because I'm pretty sure people have seen the show P Valley, or have seen the movie The Players Club, or seen what a stripper does in general. The way they move, the way they gyrate, opening their legs, filling on their chest, and all of these different ways that grown women would do in a strip club. They had these young 11, 10, 11-year-old girls doing that. And people say, oh, but they had the competition dancing dolls. This is way different than dancing dolls. I've seen that. They've had that competition on TV for years. But this is worse than what I've seen on that show because my daughter watched the show. This is way worse than what they've ever could do on that show because there's so much you can put on network television versus a streaming platform which is as big as Netflix, who has the freedom to do what they please. It's
Right.
not the same. But it's too much. Like Dove, like what are your thoughts on this nonsense? Because I've been rambling, I've been ranting.
Like you say, rant away. But yeah, it's really messed up, and it's very disturbing. Not just for young girls, just for the younger generation in general. Because if it's on Netflix, it's like promoting that that's okay. It's okay for you to be touching on yourself like that or flaunting your body when you're only 11 years old and you don't even know what's what and who's who. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
how does this black woman, who should be defending, since she's defending herself, saying, "Oh, I'm just standing up for women's right." That's not standing up for women's rights. I'm sorry. That's not being feminist or feminism or defending anything women related.
at all.
When you're 11 years old, you shouldn't even be doing that stuff. You shouldn't even be thinking about that stuff. And she's like, "Oh, I'm just bringing awareness of, the pressure that social media brings to our younger generations for the likes and the yada yadas." I'm sorry, but I'm not buying that BS. I'm not buying
Me
it. I'm
either.
sorry.
I'm
I
not
don't have a
either.
I don't have a daughter. I have a son. I have a son, but I do think of other people that have young daughters. And I'm a woman myself, and I feel very, very sick into my stomach and that's an understatement.
I honestly don't get how Netflix is actually defending this movie. And the fact that this movie won an award at Sundance, mind you, Sundance's co founder is pretty much a child lover, to put it nicely.
Mhm.
and he's
Yeah.
been in trouble for this. And the fact that Sundance would even award something like this shows how they actually operate. They don't operate on a sensical basis, and neither apparently
But
does
since this
Netflix,
whole,
despite I'm still subscribed. Well, what was you gonna say, Dove?
after, everything that we've been trying to fight for, especially since we've heard about the, what was it, the couch, what was it, the casting couch stuff, the models, what
Yeah,
they go through, the beauty pageants, what they go through, the Miss Universe things, what they go through. I mean, women have been fighting and standing up for what's wrong for ages. And now this lady feels that this is okay. And especially, I don't know if I'm wrong on this. And if you guys feel that I'm wrong, just, address me on it. But since this whole George Floyd thing, everybody's talking about Black Lives Matter. How come that this girl, the this the youngest, the young black girl, is front and center? She's like the main character, and she says, "Oh, it's because it reflects on me." So she's kind of telling her story. I don't know. I feel it's wrong, and it doesn't matter. I'm not talking about who should be front and center. It's just the whole thought around it.
that's crazy. It's really crazy, and it shocks me that Sundance was the first ones to promote it, and we already know what they're about. I mean, look what they promoted when it came to MJ with this whole Leaving Neverland crap. They will promote anything. They will oh wow. They will promote anything. And that's crazy how Netflix is able to get away with this. I mean, people are petitioning Netflix and people are actually trying to get Netflix to take this down, and Netflix is not budging whatsoever, and Netflix is not giving a damn at the fact that people are actually outraged by this. All they're feeling is, oh well, the movie is not as bad as you people are making it seem. I've never watched the movie. I don't plan on watching the movie, and I never will watch the movie, period. And I don't think anybody should watch the movie. But however, there's plenty of clips circulating around social media that are just horrible. Especially the one where, and I have to try to word this lightly and politely and very respectfully, but there's a clip that shows the main character in the bathroom lowering her underpants and snapping a picture of her parts and putting it on some social media platform. I couldn't read what the screen says because I don't believe it was in English. But I just thought that was messed up on so many levels.
It is messed up.
But I mean, what do you guys think about it? Like, throw your comments down there, and I'm gonna throw them comments up on the screen. We'll read some of them comments, and like, tell us your thoughts on this because we honestly feel that this whole cuties thing is utter nonsense. And I don't understand how this movie was allowed with the types of people that are out there that are willing to hurt young girls or young children that look just like these girls. And they would sit up there and really put this out there. And thank goodness for, and I'm not saying that anyone deserves to be canceled. I'm saying, should they be canceled? I want to know from you guys, should they be canceled? Because we're living in the age, like I said, of cancel culture. Let me put myself back up. Well, put us. Hold on, hold on. Put us back up here. Now, what's going on, Sandy? Now, like I said, we are living in the age of cancel culture. And the fact of the matter is, nothing like this can ever be seen as okay. Because there's so many predators out there and people who we don't want to name, but you know what they like. They're willing to go through whatever length to see something like this. And the scenes that I had seen, and I know Dove, you've seen some of these scenes that popped up on social media. Like,
Yeah.
stay home, stay home. It should be. Yuck. All I see is exactly. It's definitely exploiting them, and there's no way that exploitation of children in this way should actually be allowed. I don't get how anyone in their right mind would even produce this. The woman that produced it, Maimuna, with all due respect, I have to say, you could have done this differently. And this is no way, shape, or form discrediting your work because you're an artist, you edit, you direct, you do all of that stuff just like the rest of us. I'm not on a professional level, but it's just the same content creation. And from one content creator to the next, I would never, ever, ever, despite I want to try to do different things outside of my normal realm of doing hoax videos and Jackson related stuff, I've tried. But I could never ever see myself ever putting out a documentary or a video about young girls or kids in that way. I mean, no way. No way. A storm is coming and all these evil people involved with supporting and protecting this evil will be held accountable. Mark my words. They will be made to pay for their evil ways. Yeah, because this is straight up and down evil. This is so evil in so many ways, and I don't get how nobody in their right mind in the realm of Hollywood sees something wrong with it. But then in the long run, I did hear, hold on, what is his name again? I can't remember because we have so many senators here in the U.S. Senator Ted Cruz. Now, he's one of the people who decided to report this movie to the Department of Justice here in the U.S. Like, they deserve to be reported because this might be potentially breaking the law. They don't allow this sort of stuff here on U.S. television. They don't allow it here, period. Especially on a public platform. I mean, Netflix, I believe, is based here in the U.S., if I'm not mistaken. But if I'm mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. But Netflix possibly broke the law by bringing this movie here because this movie wasn't here first. It was in France first. And it made its way over here to this platform. They wanted to market it to us here, and it failed miserably because it got reported, and Netflix lost. What did you say, Dove? Because you mentioned the
9
amount of
billion.
9 billion.
Yes.
Wow, 9 billion. That's 9 billion subscribers lost. So I could imagine that their revenue went way, 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 way down. Way, way down. Between the petition signing, the posts on social media saying cancel Netflix. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying what's being said on social media. Uh, then there's millions of subs. You said billions, actually. Excuse me. Billions of subscribers lost, revenue lost from the platform. So Netflix is now trying to do damage control to keep their subscribers that they have left. And I don't know if they're going to be able to do that because even the ones who are still on Netflix are still waiting to see if this actually gets removed. A lot of people are sticking around waiting to see if they actually give in and remove this because this, for sure, is pure exploitation of our young children. But if there's any new subscribers and new viewers here, please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our podcast. There's definitely more coming from us. But this particular discussion, like we had to actually talk about this. I mean, I stewed on this for months. I said I have to wait for more to come out around this before, we really delve into discussing this publicly. And I can't even believe the audacity. I can't believe the audacity of Netflix to even bring this on this platform. And I like Netflix. There's plenty of good stuff on there. I'm not gonna deny it. There's plenty of good stuff on there that they have put out. But for them to have put something like this out, they've reached an all-time low. It shows they have no morals, they have no ethics, and then the fact of the matter is they're defending this nonsense. I mean, how many of Netflix's producers want their children in a movie doing this? How many of them? I mean, how many of you out there would actually want your young daughters gyrating like, and I don't want to call these young girls strippers, but God bless these children. Why would anybody want to see their children gyrating like strippers on a national platform? I would never. And I know, Dove, this is personal view because you're a female, and I know, like, this is a lot. Like, this is real heavy. And they don't see the severity in it.
It is very heavy. And I mean, I wonder if this lady, Mimuna, has children of her own. Because if she had a daughter, I'm betting that she wouldn't allow her daughter to even try something like that. She would be, I think, disgusted herself because her narrative of, or her explanation of why she put something out like this doesn't make sense to me. Her explanation is no good to me.
It is no good. And it makes absolutely no sense. There's no way and no shape and no form that she can actually defend this. No way. There's no way. Because I know if this was her niece or her daughter, she would not encourage this. She would not have encouraged this. Or maybe she would. Who knows? 'Cause I mean, they said she's about 35 years old, so she's in her mid-30s. She's old enough to know better, but young enough to still make a dumb mistake like this.
I don't think it's a mistake, Daryl.
I agree with you on that, though. It can't be a mistake. There's no way that this could be a mistake.
No. The way she expresses herself and the way she kind of tells her story, because supposedly the black girl is the main character that supposedly tells her story, what she felt like when she was growing up. And as a Senegalese woman and also half British or half American, I don't know, I'm not sure, that she's dealing with both cultures and everything and growing up and yada, yada, yada. You see a certain part of the video where her mother buys her this dress or something, like she was sent off to get married or something.
Yeah.
Everybody who knows a little bit about the African culture, they pretty much, get married very young, or they even get mutilated, to not have pleasure while having, physical intercourse with their husbands in a later age.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, what was she thinking when she even, was putting the script down for everything? And these parents who made their children actually dance to get a role or not get a role, did they ever think of getting that footage back? Because it could be floating around somewhere, used for who knows what.
And that's what I'm thinking. 'Cause I'm like, these people all recorded this stuff from the comfort of their homes and recorded their daughters doing these auditions. And they told them what they wanted. We wanted them to shake their butts and we wanted them to twerk. And mind you, the parents, like I said before, were the ones that had to give the permission. So this isn't all on the producers. This isn't all on Netflix. We have to look at the parents too, as we always say, because these children aren't just exploited by themselves. The parents are exploiting them to these people. They're giving their kids to these people and allowing these people to do this to their kids and show their kids in such a way that children should never be seen. Like,
Exactly.
I don't get it. Like, I really,
I mean,
really, really don't get that.
you can call me old fashioned if you want, but at 11, I don't think your mindset should be like that. You shouldn't be thinking sexually at all, even though,
No.
you're hitting puberty and you have your thoughts, and maybe you like this boy at school, or you like a girl at school. It's all normal. We've all gone through it. But to actually be in front of the mirror, checking your body out. Do I have boobs already? Does my butt stick out? How short do I have to wear my shorts so you actually see something? Should I date this guy? Should I post this on social media? I mean, it's a scary thought.
It is. I never honestly thought that something like this would ever be put out. Period. I mean, this is really disturbing. And I can't see anyone who in their right mind would sit there and watch this and enjoy it. But we know those types, so but we ain't
Mm-hmm.
gonna name who they are. But we know who those types are that would sit there and watch it and enjoy it. We don't have to name no names, but y'all watching know who those types are. But y'all can comment down
Yep.
below and I can put it on the screen. If I say it, I violate. If I say it,
Right.
I violate. But however, if you guys say it and I just put it up on the screen, that is no in way, shape, or form a violation to any of those folks. So comment down
There
below
you go.
of those weirdos who would sit up there and enjoy something like this. Because in all honesty, we know who they are. And they're the ones that are sitting up there defaming innocent people behind the scenes.
Exactly. And I don't want you guys to get this the wrong way, but if it was done by a guy, it would be totally wrong. But coming from a woman is even worse. I don't know if you get what I mean, but it's even worse.
Say your comments not coming through. I'm not sure what's going on. Everybody's been having little issues with YouTube recently, especially when it comes to my channel, my live streams, and everything. No one receives notifications. But I started posting a lot on social media and started posting a lot in my community tab for people to actually come to the lives and join because I have almost 8,000 subscribers. So of course, out of 8,000 subscribers, we should have at least 300 people here. So YouTube don't be alerting people. YouTube be removing comments and messing with people's comments. I'm not disrespecting you, YouTube. We are not doing that here. We're just voicing what goes on because our viewers speak out, and of course, this happens on a frequent basis, where comments are being removed or comments are being withheld, and sometimes I end up finding comments in the spam filter that are months old if I don't check it. I'm like, wow, why are they collecting comments? I'm like, I don't even have anything set for that. They are. They are. They are evil. 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 They are so evil. 11 is way too young, very sick, not responsible parents. Exactly.
And it also brings
Mm.
all the current stuff that's happening. These little girls that have been snatched from school, that are being kidnapped, that are being raped, getting pregnant at a very young age, all of that stuff. It brings so much more than just a little bit of how other people put it, a little bit of twerking and dancing. Oh, there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot wrong with it.
It is. And seeing the outrage that people are expressing on YouTube, I mean, there's so many different YouTubers. I think you said one of them was Lyrics. I can't pronounce the
Lyrics,
name. Lyrics. He's one of
lyrics,
them,
yeah.
and uh, John Talks is another one. All of these people that are actually putting out content expressing outrage, it needs to be heard. Because apparently the petition is not doing enough. But if they hear people actually saying it, they maybe will actually listen up. Because right now, all they're worried about is trying to make that revenue back off of all the subscribers they lost. I'm pretty sure of it. I mean, if they lost 9 billion in subscribers, that's a lot of money lost because their basic plan is $12.99 a month. So you do that math and see how much they lost. $12.99 a month for their service, and 9 billion. I should hop on my calculator, right? let me see if I could do the math on live. I don't want to look all types of.
Yeah, but that lyrics, or however your name is pronounced. I'm sorry if I'm messing it up, but he's a
Yeah,
young guy, and I felt kind of proud. I was like, you wouldn't expect a young guy to, you know, be calling out this kind of behavior, because you would feel like, oh, he's a young guy. He probably, enjoys watching young girls because he feels connected to them. But he was
right.
disgusted by it, and I was like, you go, that made me proud.
I'm glad though. I mean, this outrage needs to actually be spoken about, and this outrage needs to happen, and more people need to speak up because if we don't speak up, they'll keep violating our children. These young girls could be any of your daughters, sisters, nieces. These could be one of your relatives, and despite they get all the glitz, the glamour, and fame for doing this movie, this is not something that a child should be doing. Just like when I see
At
this
all.
stuff on the internet, yeah, like when I see this stuff on the internet daily outside of this movie, I don't find it cute where they be posting videos of a 4 and 5 year old twerking, and I'm like, that's not cute. I'm like, these are babies. I'm like, these are babies. These are freaking babies. Like, what, what would make them think this is okay? Her and then the director being the same age as me, it really surprises me that her thought process isn't the same on a mature basis and level, because she really thought that something like this would be okay because, oh well, this was something I experienced. Yeah, and if there's something you experienced, you could have sat up there and did a documentary style movie, and that way caught behind the scenes footage and expose the people that are sexualizing young adults and young people. You could have did it that way. There's no way that doing a movie and having them do these. No, 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 no. Only thing that they should have actually did a documentary exposing the people behind the scenes who are exploiting these young girls. If that's what she was trying to get the message across with this movie, if that's her excuse. I can't even say if that is her excuse, that is her excuse. This was to bring awareness. This did not bring awareness. This brought upon us outrage. Outrage. And what's going to happen is, if she does another movie, people is not going to want to watch. They're going to ban her for life. She might be another one. Banned. Banned for life. I swear, she's going to be banned for life. Like, I see it happening. I see it happening. I so see it happening. Like, she is going to be banned for life.
What's her
Like,
name?
straight up and down.
I forgot her name.
Mamuna. Mamun. Hold on, let me go to
Mamuna,
it.
if you see this or hear this, shame on you. Shame, shame, shame.
Double shame. Quadruple shame. Seriously. Said, I won't even send my niece's pics over text to my mom. I'm too scared. Unfortunately, if the wrong people get into office and our children will suffer for it, they're the ones supporting and promoting this. It's true. It is so true. You say you love the way I sing. My singing is atrocious. It's horrible, horrid. It hurts the ears. It hurts mine when I'm doing it. So trust me. Like, it hurts me when I'm doing it. No, I'm joking.
Well, if it's a consolation, you do sound better than a certain somebody singing online. So,
That's crazy, though. But so many people are waking up to what's really going on. Yup, they sure are. The children of this planet have to be protected. We do need to protect the children. We do need to protect our children. I mean, if we're not doing it, who will? who will. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but
do
we
you
can protect
guys?
them. We can
Oh, go
protect
ahead,
them as
though.
long as they're in our inside our homes, and teach them values and what's right and what's wrong. But once they go outside the door, we don't know what they're doing outside. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
And our kids are growing up. I mean, I have a pre-adolescent myself. He's 11. He's going to pretty much in a few years, he's going to step out the door and he's going to, have his friends. And I can't be like this camera following him around because I don't know what he's going to do once he's outside my door. So you can only do so much as a parent. And that's
That's
a
true.
very scary thought.
Oh man, no. I'm just still stuck on stupid. SOS. SOS. Stuck on stupid. I can't even think about that. Like, that's just too much. Hence my silence. Silence is golden, but this silence is really golden. It's gleaming. Like, seriously.
it's just
Ah,
scary. We're already dealing with a lot of stuff as it is. And then on top of that,
yeah,
we get all this other mess. I mean, I don't want to be a grandma when my son is like 16 or something.
I know. Like, one of those young grandmas. You don't want to be a young grandma. He was like, not me.
No. You want your kids to have an education and, have a life. And of course, they are allowed to have their fun and to enjoy their whatever they're doing, and have their own experiences. But to do other stuff that you aren't supposed to do when you're a certain age, I don't support that. I'm sorry.
At all. I can't. I'm sorry. I cannot honestly support it whatsoever.
I mean,
I
I
don't
had
get.
my bird I had my birds and the bees talk when I was like 14, 15 at school, and then I got it at home. But, I'm not ready to put condoms in my son's backpack when he's only 11 or 12, just in case. I'm just saying, you
I
know?
know. Yeah. Oh man, that would just be crazy though. But there's no reason why we should be having these talks with our kids at such a young age, because we're living in the age where innocence is being taken from our kids, not just by predators, but by the television, by social media, so many different ways that it's being done. And I also say to our friends and our viewers and people who are parents, grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. I don't care if they get mad, look right over their shoulder and make sure there ain't no grown person in their inbox. Because we know how those types are.
I know.
Pleasure to meet you and congratulations on all your success. You smell terrific.
Hmm?
I don't know. Said, in fact, if one were so inclined, one could make a lucrative law practice with little else. How is everyone feeling tonight? Everyone is doing great. We are doing great, are we not, people? Everybody is doing a-okay. Yes. Thank you for discussing, Young King. I mean, yeah, this definitely is a topic that definitely needs to be talked about. I mean, everybody's speaking about it, and I felt it was time that we finally needed to bring this to our podcast and speak about it, because maybe some people were aware and some people weren't, but we are not for this at all. And we're not disrespecting Netflix, we're not disrespecting her, but we're just giving our opinion on how wrong we feel it is. No disrespect to anybody. Honestly. I
No.
promise. Scout's honor. I promise. Mr. P, the less children know, the more at risk. I know, that's the only thing. The less they know, the more inclined they are to get into things. But then it's like, you put that stuff in their heads early, and then we end up with a movie like Cuties. That's what I'm nervous to. I'm like, oh my goodness. Because the parents is like, oh shoot, well, you know, if you twerk, girl, yeah, oh, you could get in this movie. Oh, really, Mom? I can get on TV? Mom, I want to get on TV. Well, you better shake your butt. You better shake your. I want to say what I actually would say, but I got to be mindful of where we are, YouTube.
Yeah.
But I guarantee them parents were sitting there cheering that crap on while they were recording this crap for the audition process. I still can't believe that. But the storm, she said, the storm is coming and Michael is coming with it. Can you feel it? Can you feel it? We can feel it. We can feel it. We can feel it. Can
Is
you
there really
feel
that
it?
much people on here? 444? Well, dang.
Looks like it.
Well, thank you,
I'm not even,
444 people.
wow.
We are humbled. In MJ's
I mean,
words, we are so
no, if
humbled
you see
that
him,
you all came to see us.
we, like, lately, what has been going on was that I've been posting a lot in the community tab and asking, like, who's getting my notifications, who's actually getting to see, because I have almost 8,000 subscribers. So I'm like, out of 8,000 subscribers, we should have at least 300 people. We should. Like, we should. So the fact of the matter is, when you, and I won't deny this, YouTube, using a promotion program, will make sure that or some viewers actually come. But I'm noticing it's dropping as we're going because it was a little more earlier on. But yeah,
It's going
like
up and down.
trying to,
It was
yeah,
600 a
but
while.
yeah, but trying to get people to actually, especially being that I have almost 8,000 subscribers, so there has to be a way to get them to come and chat with us and talk with us and watch us, enjoy our conversation and our chats about these topics. I mean, a lot of these topics that are going on now need to be talked about, and we can charge the movie Cuties and this issue with Netflix as another strange event of the year 2020, because the year 2020 has been strange the whole way through. This is just another
Yeah.
addition to it. This is another addition to it.
Well, I vote for Strangeness to be banned. Strangeness banned for life.
Said banned. Oh man. That's the problem that I was talking about. People who don't always get it, and I'm just like, okay, there's no way that I actually have 8,000. It's not 8,000 totally, but almost 8,000. So I'm like, come one, come all, please. It's needed. Like, we need that. We definitely. That's what I'm like. Said, I love your face.
Aw.
Thank you for that, Janesta. But yeah, I mean, do you guys have any questions for us, or do you guys have any opinions about this? Comments that we can read, put up on the screen. Does anybody want to call in and chat with us? Because you definitely can come chat with us and voice your opinion on this Cuties topic or the topic of social media scamming. Come one, come all. We would love for you guys to actually chat with us. Hold on. Says copy. Come on, how do I do this? I'm like messing myself up. There it goes. I don't know if it's clickable. It should be clickable if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, is there any questions? Are there any questions? Being connected to my children at a young age has saved them from harm. I mean, that can definitely be it. Like, if the parents are well connected with their kids, but if there's parents, like the parents who did put their kids in this predicament and put them in this movie, I'm very shocked at. But to the good parents, much love to you. I'm not saying they're not good parents, but they are parents who made a very poor, poor choice. I already said what I know. Gotcha. We're talking about the Netflix Cuties movie. I don't like the movie Cuties at all. I'm not sure. That's one of the new people that surfaced with me promoting my channel. But I welcome all. So definitely keep popping up, Mr. Guido, sir.
I wasn't even aware that they could smell us through the phone or through the
I think he
computer.
was
But
being silly.
it's it smelled good.
Well, I did shower just before the podcast, so I mean, and I did spray on a little spray, not bug spray or anything, but some Axe called Africa. It smells really really nice.
Uh-oh, MD Love, please. Come on.
But thank you for that. But I mean, if you guys have no questions for us, we'll wrap up this podcast. It was definitely nice having everyone that showed up today. I'm hoping we can have this same. Oh man, I'm stuck on words. EB siento muy excited.
Excited.
Oh man, yeah, this has been nice though. I mean, definitely for sure.
Yeah, and
As a child,
just
I
just
still
so you
think it's
guys
horrible.
know. Oh,
Oh, what was you gonna say?
no, that I was gonna tell our people that the more you share, guys, and the more you comment on it, it actually helps Daryl's channel and the podcast to get more people, to get more push, to get more everything, so we can keep on doing this. So please, guys, share, comment, like, subscribe, everything.
All that good stuff. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, definitely hit that like button. And if there are any new viewers, if there are any people that want to keep hearing us chat and do this every Saturday as we normally do, please continue to like, subscribe, and comment. And please, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We definitely will be doing this again next week. And we do thank everybody for tuning in today. I mean, Dove, this topic really was a headbanger. I will say that.
It really was. Yeah. And someone wants you to sing, Daryl, before we go. So can you indulge that person?
Daryl sing first. That's funny. I don't know how to sing. I just happen to do it accidentally. My singing is very, 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 very horrible when I try. But if I'm just actually just doing it, it just naturally happens. I hope not. I hope he doesn't. No disrespect to the man, but I mean, the strain that he's putting on MJ's legacy too, I'm not for it. I'm not for it. So no, I mean, Dove, what do you think? Would you be happy about? I'm gonna put it up because I don't want to have to say his name.
I know who you mean. No. No. Stay away, please. and the other one playing along, exactly the same thing. That person got cut off her live the other day. So if that continues to happen, because more and more people are waking up, thank and praise the Lord, hallelujah, finally.
Yeah.
Enough. It's enough. I mean, I don't know how many of you are on Twitter, but I posted a link of him singing. If you guys think that that's MJ singing badly on purpose, it's not.
Man. But Take Care, Loving Neverland is a good doc. I haven't had the chance to watch it yet because it's a long documentary, so I have to actually find the time to watch it either in pieces or just binge watch the full thing. Because as of lately, been really, really, really busy trying to create. So yeah, it takes a lot. So I do have a video. I know it's supposed to come out this week, but I held it back a week because I wanted to start a little later. I'm gonna have this video out come September. I believe I said it was September 26th was gonna be the release, which is Saturday next week. Yeah, September 26th. Said word is out. Daryl is truly a great man. Thank you for that. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, they are not good parents to put them in
MD
danger. Nope. Nope. I'm never
MD
leaving.
he
I'm
got
never going too far. Go ahead.
he
I'm
got
sorry.
banned from Facebook, MD. Banned.
For
I
life. If Facebook sees that name
hope
pop
so.
up, if Facebook sees that name pop up, they're gonna ban him again. That's what I'm hearing. He was banned from Facebook. His account was removed or something for
Yep.
fraudulent posts. And I
Hmm.
mean, if they
And
consider
he
selling that merchandise with no labels and stuff fraudulent, I mean, by all means.
he's
What was you gonna
whining
say,
about it
Dev?
on his that he's whining about it on his other chat page.
Yeah, I haven't followed him anywhere else. We were friends on Facebook, but then I'm like, why am I friends with this guy? I mean, no disrespect to him. And recently on Instagram, I somebody because more people are discovering my Instagram videos because I post the same stuff that I post on YouTube. I post on Instagram too, but at a later date for the Instagram audience. For those who don't come to YouTube, I put it there. But
Hmm.
if you guys remember earlier, it was either earlier this year or was it last year? One of my viewers, Fahim, requested to know about Soul Virgo from Ashes, and I had did a short video
Yeah.
asking is Soul Virgo from Ashes MJ, blah 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 blah, and I explained politely my thoughts and through my research why I feel that you know Soul Virgo from Ashes is not MJ. Now, according to people that have recently found my YouTube channel and found my Instagram videos, they're like saying, "Oh, well, you know that Soul Virgo from Ashes and Peter Medani is the same person." So I'm like, "Oh, okay." And when they discovered the video and watched it on my Instagram, they ended up tagging him like on my page, and I'm like, "You want Peter Medani to come here?" Okay. But he never showed up and commented. I wonder why.
Hmm.
I wonder why.
Well, there's. I told you about the Facebook group. I'm not gonna say their names because I don't know if they're okay with that, But there's a group on Facebook that's actually been very active on, calling out this person and that other person that goes along with it. And there was this girl, a very young girl, who happened to go to his other page, and she made up an account there, and of course they chatted back and forth, right? And when she
Right.
actually found out that this person is not MJ, she actually tried to, hurt herself. And that's um that's a serious topic. It's not something to play with. And to know that the other person that plays along with this guy, she didn't even defend this little girl or this young girl. She was like, "Oh, that's her own fault." No, it's not.
Nope. You have blaming
So
it too.
probably that's why she's yeah, that's probably why she's getting shut down too.
And that's why I stayed away from that train crash waiting to happen because I said no way that I'm going to involve myself with anything tied to that man. So I'm not going to deny it. I mean, I unfriended him a long time ago. And I said, knowing that someone said that they ran into Peter Madani at a fast food restaurant.
Mhm.
And, you know, Peter Madani is a real big guy. But that's supposed to be MJ in a fat suit. So they ran up to Peter Madani and stuck a fork in his side. And it's like, oh, well, I was just testing to see if it was a fat suit. But no, it was real fat.
Right. And people are even asking that person, you know what? Since you're so actual and factual, since you're always right
Right.
about everything, and you're this investigative journalist, why don't you take your butt all the way where he lives? I think it's Virginia or something where he lives. I'm not, or Atlanta. I'm not sure. Why
Oh,
don't you
South
take your
Carolina,
butt
I
up
was
there?
told.
Oh, right, South Carolina. Take your butt up there, stalk him like you did with MJ, and show us that it's really him. Why doesn't she do that? Because it doesn't fit her narrative. Then her whole story goes bye bye.
I've heard those things too, and that's why I'm like, oh man, that's horrible. But I mean, to each his own. I mean, what can we do? I just don't support
Talk about
that
it.
guy, and yeah, and I don't talk about it either because I'm just like, I don't want no smoke,
my fa-
okay? But go ahead.
My family's doing good, Janesta. Thank you. How is your family? How's everyone doing? Share with us. What do you guys want to share with us? Or, call in. We want to hear you. We need you
All
guys.
of you, please. Let me stop. Hmm. But wow, I try, but it is too lefty for me. I know both of them are called LN now because I refer to LN as LN, and now there's another LN. But yeah, I'm gonna have to find the time to watch it, and when we do, we're gonna want to actually have her come on the podcast. I mean, if she's down for it, once we've watched her, I don't know. Have you watched it yet, or started watching it?
I did
A
start,
Loving
and I have
Neverland.
to say I'm halfway. Yeah, I'm about 30 minutes in, but it's very long. I'm a mom, and school started and everything else, so I do have to watch it in pieces. But I will watch it though because I do appreciate all the work that they put in there. I mean, 5 hours worth of you know footage and everything. Even though we know most of it, it's still a very very nice documentary. And of course, I support anybody else who supports MJ.
Right. I agree with you on that one. I mean, so definitely once she's finished watching it and I actually get the chance to start, I mean, I do have some free time later today to start watching it. So I'm gonna start watching it today, and then again, I can find plenty of time throughout the upcoming couple of days to actually watch it in full. And once I've watched it in full and Dove's watched it in full, we could actually review it and have her come on the
Right.
podcast and chat about her findings and everything that she's put into her documentary. So she's definitely appreciated. I can't remember her name. We've spoken once on Twitter.
Yeah,
Navina? I can't remember.
her name is very difficult to pronounce, but yeah,
But we have spoken on Twitter once.
I reached
Let me
out to
get her
her on
name right.
Twitter, and she told me that when she was done with her project and it was uploaded and everything, she agreed on being a guest. So you can all probably expect her soon.
Let me see, so I can get her name right. Nan
Oh wow,
Raghav?
MD.
Nan
I
Raghav.
don't know how you pronounce. Yeah, I don't know how you
Hope I'm
pronounce her
pronouncing it
name,
right.
but
But yeah, kudos to her. I mean, that's definitely a feat. And we need more people to actually put stuff out. And we would definitely love to see Mr. Taj Jackson's documentary. I can't wait to see this. And definitely, where is the MJ biopic? Where is the MJ biopic? That's what I want to know. Like, where would that be?
hmm,
I want an MJ biopic. We had the Jacksons
a good
story.
one,
We had their story. Yeah, a
a
good
good
one.
one. Yeah,
But
please.
and Spike Lee needs to direct it.
I
Spike Lee
agree.
needs to direct it. He is such a good movie director, especially watching all of his movies. Very, very talented. And I think he would do MJ some justice when it comes to, especially a biopic, because he did a biopic about Malcolm X in 1992, I believe. Amazing. Amazing. Like, seriously, that movie was well told and well directed, and it was very authentic to the real events. So I definitely want to see his take on MJ's life. I would love to see a biopic. So tweet Spike Lee and say MJ biopic. Hashtag MJ biopic. Get an MJ biopic a movement started. We need that. So MJ Estate, Spike Lee, we are depending on y'all. We need this biopic.
Yeah. Don't leave it up to the
I've
MJ
heard that.
estate though, because they will mess it up. No
I
shade
know.
though.
No shade, no shade. I know. It's like, because right now they're moving very snaily when it comes to anything MJ, except the lawsuits. They're focusing on that stuff, but I'm hoping that there's more for them to actually focus on. Like, putting out more unreleased songs. We would love that. Ones that are actually MJ, of course. Unlike the stuff from the Michael album that we got. Like, not every song on there was MJ. And I've gotten so
Right. Now
debated
that
on that. Like, that's crazy. But
now
go
that
ahead,
you're
though.
mentioning that, I was gonna ask our viewers or our peoples, have you guys noticed that there are more leaks being released of acapellas and unreleased songs? His footage is being upgraded, you know, restored. Pictures are being restored. Who is doing all of that? I'm wondering.
I wonder as well. MJ player in New York next year. MD Lover Familiar, the Michael Jackson Innocent Project. I followed the Michael Jackson Innocent Project, and I believe I followed them on Twitter. That's where I followed them. I was following them on Twitter. Why have you done research from a virologist? Please do research on the real numbers. Only 68 people have died. Oh, regarding COVID, that's a tough one. I mean, we don't know what the heck is going on, because the numbers that they keep putting out in the public do jump up and down, so we're not even sure of what's real and what's not anymore. Oh, right. Thank you for bringing that up. The fake media. Back to Cuties real fast. I know I said we was about to wrap this up, but we're like 25 minutes over. But yes, Cuties. Now, the Netflix CEO had did a interview on CNN, and this is something that we talked about before, and everybody on social media and YouTube talks about how the media lies and the media manipulates and the media deceives us. Well, of course, the Cuties interview that the Netflix CEO did was recorded days before it actually aired, but of course they're airing it to us as if it's live. So the stuff that he said in the interview, we're wondering like, wait, how come he's not addressing such and such? How come he's not addressing such and such? Because it wasn't live, because they wanted us to believe it was live, and they wanted us to believe that this man was sitting there in their studio actually speaking about whether the movie's going to be pulled down or what's going on regarding the director or the people behind the movie that are apparently being investigated. So they pretty much recorded that days before they aired it, and none of the questions that everyone was wondering about was ever answered at all, which was a big disappointment. So his interview was a waste. It was a waste. And I really just think, what's the point in him even interviewing if none of the questions that the dying public wants to know about will ever be answered? That's Dove's
I'm
dog,
guessing.
Janesta. She's
I'm
asking
guessing
about your
they.
dog.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to finish talking, but you already answered. Uh,
No,
I
but
bet
go
if
on and
these
say what you
people
was
get.
gonna say.
Oh, I was talking about the people, if they would get interviewed like on the spot, I would be so
Uh huh.
ashamed if I was one of them people, getting questions left and right without a normal answer to kind of explain why this should be okay or that it shouldn't be. um I don't know how to even say it, to be taken the wrong way or anything. I mean, do they even have a normal explanation for this? Would they have normal answers or answers that make sense? I don't think so.
They don't. But it would have been nice though if he actually did answer something. But nothing that was said in that interview pretty much answered any of our questions as to why. Like, what made
Right.
Netflix think that they could be the company to distribute this movie and put their stamp on it? I don't get it. I still don't get it.
There's just so much wrong with, the whole um media outlet stuff, even the news. You can't even trust the news anymore because they
See,
just say whatever they want to say or whatever they're told to say.
it's another distraction. Janessa says, give the dog a huge hug from her.
Oh, I will, Janesta.
That I did hear. Hospitals are being paid to put that name on the death certificate. I've heard that, but I just avoid talking about it because I know how YouTube and social media is. When you talk about COVID, they end up putting a COVID stamp on your video, and if they feel that you're giving out the wrong information, boom, they take it down. That's why I stopped mentioning it and talking about it, and that's why she really doesn't talk about it either on the podcast anymore because they've started snatching down people's content that talk about that. That's another thing that you are misinforming people. So you know what? Before they say that about us, we just avoid it. But yeah, we know all about that. Trust me. Here in Canada,
Hmm.
it's a huge fine
Even
if we don't wear a mask.
right
Same here. Same here. I mean, I don't know
here
about
as well.
fines,
Yeah.
but they made sure that they said to enter stores, you have to be wearing a mask or any place wearing a mask. You can't take a cab or anything without a mask. Nothing that you do now is worthy of not going around without a mask. And speaking of that, that's what I meant to mention. This will be probably the last thing that I mention because I know I've been going, but I had read an article. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. Oh man, can I find it? Because it popped up on my phone. Then again, never mind. Fine, I can just explain it to the best of my ability. But I'll just say this: like I had read an article that said there was a policy in Indonesia, and I don't know how true this is. And if anyone is in Indonesia, maybe you can confirm this for us. But there was a story that the media had circulated. It came out 2 days ago, stating that in Indonesia, if you're walking around without a mask, you face public humiliation by being forced to lay in a mock grave with your mask on, while the media gets to take pictures of you, exposing you and pretty much humiliating you. Not only that,
Wow.
people who are caught without masks in Indonesia are said to be forced to help dig the graves for people who passed away from it. So is that true? I mean, can anyone confirm that? Because that was what the article was saying. And I said, I don't know how true that is. So it would be up to anyone who views our YouTube podcast to actually tell us. But is this actually true? I mean, I don't have to. But what ends up happening is if you're not, these places will refuse you service. Especially here in New York. Like, if you walk into one of these establishments, even if it's just a local corner store, they will refuse you service. They're not going to help you. They're not going to serve you. They're not going to do anything. They will ask you to leave. Even though you don't have to leave, they don't have to serve you either as their constitutional right. So that's the messed up part about it is they can refuse you service. There's no law saying that they can't refuse you service if you're not wearing a mask, which is horrible. And I'm like, oh, so they pretty much win either way because if you don't do what they say, then how are you going to eat? There's people literally, and I hate to bring up violence into this matter, but people being attacked for not wearing masks. People getting into arguments for not wearing masks. And like Dove had said, over in her country, people are getting in trouble for it.
Yeah. You get a fine up to 300 euros here if you get caught without a mask on the
Seriously?
street. Not, yeah, for real.
So that's about 320 US dollars, I believe.
Yeah, something like that.
That's a lot of money. And people don't even have it now. That's crazy. Like, people don't have
But
money now to
still,
be wasted, but
but still, they go outside and don't wear their masks, you know? And that's just being stupid. People are they're getting married. I'm not telling people not to get married, but if you're allowed to have 50 people over as guests, don't have 120. And they're just doing
right.
that without wearing masks, without wearing anything to protect others, and more people are getting sick. So the only way to teach people the hard way is by punishing them where it hurts the most. And where does it hurt most? Well, you have to spend, your money.
No, but MD Love says the police attacked citizens for not wearing masks. They attacked a woman in her 70s. Now that's vicious. That is very vicious. Very vicious. Wow.
Mm.
That is terrible. I agree. Wow. All you have to say is in USA is for medical purposes. I will not wear a mask. My doctors told me this. I mean, I've seen the stories that state that masks are bad, especially after a certain period of time of breathing your own germs. It can actually make you. Let me be careful. But you guys get what I'm saying. Yeah, because I have to be careful because I know how this is. But wow. They can't control the amount of them that there are, and that's the only problem, Sandy. Because there's so many out there, it's hard to get everybody. So some people are getting in trouble and some people are getting away with it. And also, not only that, the police are refusing half the time to engage with those protests because it risks them potentially getting beaten or attacked. Like if you heard recently, and I don't know if you heard about this story, Dove, but two police officers were shot in Los Angeles in a random shooting.
No.
Yeah, and they were trying to find who did it, so they found the person on social media that they thought had something to do with it, but they didn't. And this person is still being held, apparently, to these stories that are out there. And I'm like, are you kidding me? But yeah, like the police are facing a lot of backlash behind. And I'm gonna say this: good. There are good police and there are bad police because I come from a family who have had law enforcement as careers. And there are good police and there are bad police. And there are good people who aren't nothing like what we've seen in public who've killed people and assaulted people and beat people. Those are the ones that are paying for it. The ones that do their job according to the law versus the ones who are outlaws and do what they want. And these are the ones that actually face being hurt or murdered. It's and it goes on vice versa, even with black people who are being killed viciously by police. A lot of them are innocent, and then there are ones who get protested for that doesn't actually need a protest because they were actually violating the law at the time. I'm not saying anyone losing their life is correct, but what I'm saying is some of the ones that they've protested for, they like this bothers me so much, and I have to mention this. Now, BLM, because I'm not going to keep saying their name because that's another thing that draws negative attention. Now, BLM, we already know what they're about and what they were trying to do. There's a difference between the physical movement in the street and the actual message. Now, the people that are in the streets are doing something way different than what the actual movement is for. And recently, I think it was like maybe a month ago or two, during those protests, that a woman who turned into that dead end, or not even a dead end, but a blocked off area that was being held down by BLM, and they thought she was trying to drive into them, but she was trying to make a U-turn to get away from them, and they shot into her car and shot her child, a black child, and I didn't see the outrage from BLM then. They ain't even say nothing about it. Where's that BLM member who shot that little black girl? Nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found. And they're not speaking about it, and they haven't even brought this person to justice. That's why I'm like, the movement in the streets is different than the message. The one in the streets I don't agree with, and I'll always say that. But what happened to that child, messed up. And I know a lot of you probably heard about it. They want to take volunteers for the vaccine. Oh, for COVID? No. I wouldn't do it either. I was telling one of my friends the other day, Dove, you still here?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Oh, I'm like, no, I was telling one of my friends the other day that I have a friend that's over in Lagos, Nigeria, who had told me that he was selected to be tested for the 19 vaccine. And that was back in July? Yeah, that was back in June or July where we last spoke. He told me he was selected. And I'm like, okay, cool. And he said, oh, well, they're going to pay us. And I said, that's even better because he told me that he's struggling and everything. But that's besides the point. Now, the fact that he said they have to give him the 19 virus in order to test the vaccine, I said, no, you need to be careful. Because I said you realize that that's supposedly supposed to be deadly. Because I don't know what's what anymore because it's deadly, but then it's not. I don't get it because there's so many conflicting reports of what's going on with the virus and all of this stuff. But he said he was selected, and they had to give him the virus in order to test the vaccine. When he told me that he was going through that, I didn't hear from him anymore. And mind you, this has been one of my friends for the last 2 years. We've always chatted. Always chatted. And the fact that he just disappeared, I was like, I don't know if something ain't right. I said, I hope everything is all right because if you're being tested upon for something after being injected with a virus, there's no telling how your body could have reacted, your immune system could have reacted, and if it actually took the vaccine or if it rejected it and it hurt them. That's why I said, I'm not taking anything. I am not taking anything. Or 10,000. Wow, that's a lot. I saw the National Guard packing food bank boxes with no masks in California. Really? That's crazy, though. I live in a small town, 3,000 people. We can't go to church or weddings, etc. We had a memorial for someone and had to say it was a protest, so then it was okay. Wow. See, that's YouTube for you. I don't know what's going on, though. But I mean, Dove, is there anything else you have for our peeps, our peoples, before we wrap up this podcast?
No, just thank you guys for sitting this out and hear us talk about cuties and other bad stuff. I still have to
Oh,
watch what I'm
man.
saying.
I know. I'm still shocked. Either way, the shock is very real, y'all. The shock is very real. I like that comment. That's actually I like that. Make America moonwalk again. Definitely. You see. Right there.
I hope so.
The glow. You know you got the glow. Right. Make America moonwalk. Do this pose, y'all. Y'all can't even see my hand.
I saw your hand. I saw the MJ pose.
I came up with that. Oh, wow. That's nice. I like that. I can't moonwalk. Sorry for that, Ola. But yeah, it's definitely a pleasure to have, our normal viewers here with us every week. We get to chat with you guys, hear your thoughts and opinions on all of these topics. I mean, like she said, we talked about Cuties, the Netflix controversy, social media scammers, which we can't stand, and a various amount of other things. And it's definitely appreciated. And I mean, to everybody new who popped in here today, we definitely appreciate that. We definitely hope for more next week. Because, I mean, my channel is growing. And, I mean, it's appreciated to everybody who actually was here today. So, and may the channel and the podcast continue to grow. And if you definitely want to see more of us and hear more from us, definitely hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because that's the only way you'll get to see the Moonwalkers Chat podcast, y'all.
All of that good stuff.
She misses your beautiful face. I know. Like, where's my dove?
Thank you. Thank you, Janessa. I promise I'll appear next week.
Well, we appreciate that, guys. And
Thank
much
you,
love to you
MD.
all. This is the Moonwalkers Chat podcast, episode 22. And yeah, it looks like this is a wrap. It's a dub, as they say on social media. It's a dub. It's a wrap.
Why
Yeah,
is it
so
called Moonwalk? Do you have an answer for that, Daryl? A quick one?
why is it called Moonwalk? Wait, why is what called Moonwalk?
The Moonwalk. Why is it called Moonwalk? The Moonwalk.
I'm oh wait, the dance move. I thought she was asking about the quote that we were just being told about by Kimmy. But let me see. I have no actual reason as to why it's called the Moonwalk. And I generally have all the MJ facts, but I don't know the actual reason as to why he gave it that nickname because it wasn't called the Moonwalk. It was
It
called
was the
originally the
backslide.
Backslide. Yes. Yeah, so I don't know where that name came from, but you know what? We have another podcast coming. So, being that that was something that was last seen today, I'm going to make sure that I have that information come next week to chat about. So, yeah, definitely. We will find out where did the name the Moonwalk come from. The great mystery.
Hmm. Stay
Dun dun
tuned. To be
dun.
continued.
Yes.
Come back next
Yes.
week. We'll tell you all about the Moonwalk.
Yes. Dun dun dun. I don't understand. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was definitely awesome, and definitely it was cool having some new people pop up today. Hopefully, we can have that same turnout next week. And much love to everybody who tunes into us regularly every week, Saturday, sometimes Sunday, depending on how we feel. But we're always there during the weekend. But yes, much love, everybody. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. And you'll be hearing from us again at the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast. Dove Angel, what you want to do? We out?
We out.
We out. We out. We
Peace.
out,
No, I'm
y'all.
joking.
No, I'm joking. No, it's more like, bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Later, y'all. Much love. I'm like, wait.
Yo, it's the KIDHYPHEN, the Kid Hype.
Hey MJ fan, this is Christ,
Hey, this is MJ Love,
and you are listening to the Moonwalker Chat Podcast.
the only place to be if you're a real Michael Jackson fan.
And you tuned in with the Moonwalkers Chat Podcast.
And this is a place to be